morning. Happy Monday.
I don't
Or
really
is
like
it?
saying I don't really like saying happy next to
Is
Monday.
it?
Mm,
Well, and
I
it's
mean, it's a
hard.
Monday.
Also, just the news is heavy, so it's hard to be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but we're still here doing our thing because, like everybody else, we still have to go to work even when the news is bad.
Yeah.
So we will continue to do that and see what we can come up with today to talk about at Disney World. For those of you stuck in the cold, Heather,
Yes.
we can talk about warmer places.
Please. I would love to.
Yes, I would love to talk about it with you from my tropical location, Mexico.
Yeah. Should you start on this live how you did with me about how you were turning up your air conditioning while I was grabbing a heating
I,
pad just to keep my hands warm?
I was, we have remotes because we have them in every room, and I had to turn it up because I was hot and didn't want to come on here sweaty. You can't tell I live in a tropical place because I look like I live in a snow place right now. I've lost my tan
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. Why do I look more?
Darker.
Yeah. When in real life,
Um,
I'm very white.
because your long runs work very well for the tan.
The tan. Well, that's great. I'm glad. It's
Yeah,
probably
I'm
not
not out
great for
here.
the skin.
I'm not out here running 12 miles. I'm very much inside. I'm an indoor cat.
You are.
Yes. So, anyway, we are back. We wanted to talk about the week ahead. That makes sense on a Monday. Let's see what we've got to look forward to. And also, we wanted to talk about February at Disney World because it's a
Hmm.
very interesting month. It sneaks up on people, and I'm very passionate about people understanding what they're getting themselves into. And then at the end, if there's some comments that people have submitted, either about things we've talked about or just about travel related questions, then we will get to those at the end. Is there anything else, Heather?
Just, I think, a tiny blippet of news.
All right, then let's talk about the tiny blippet of news.
Yeah.
What's first?
Well, I mean, when I say tiny blippet, I mean it. Um, they just like in some previous festivals, Disney has introduced some of the festival merchandise online on the Disney Store. So if you aren't going to make it, or if you went to the festival and you regret not picking up an item, you can check out the Disney Store for those items that they do have over there. It's not everything, but they do have a decent selection.
And you're talking about Festival of the Arts.
Correct.
Okay, so I wanted to just show it because I didn't realize that they even had it right now until you mentioned it. So it looks like they have some of this cute, the
Mm-hmm.
ears, spirit jersey. Oh, that a figment bag. That's cute. Lots of figment. Okay, that's nice. Would you ever buy Festival of the Arts merch if you weren't attending Festival of the Arts?
Hmm. Maybe some of the art.
Yeah, the art, look at the prints are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we do tend to love the art a lot. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. It looks like these are $40 a print.
Yeah. The piece right here behind me, I don't know if people can see, but that's a piece from Festival of the Arts. That was a gift. It's,
Mhm.
it's super cute.
Uh-huh. Okay. So that's available online. Nice to know.
Yes. Then we have Bob Iger took a trip to Abu Dhabi to tour the new location of the latest
He
Disney park.
he did. It doesn't look like much right now,
No.
but he went and walked the land. Um I will admit I have no intention to ever visit this park.
Same.
Um, used to have a goal to go to all the parks,
Hmm.
but look at all that progress. It's just the land
Yeah.
right, right there. So anyway, yeah, I stopped dreaming about going to all of the Disney parks when they announced that one because I was like, I don't want to go. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Bob did.
But yep, he did, and that's all we're going to say about that. And then the last thing was something that I didn't know. I saw you added this, but DCL photos are now available 45 days after you cruise. What?
You know why they changed that policy? Because I just did a disembarkation video where I said one of the things you need to remember is to get your photos because as soon as you publish content on a topic, Disney's like, let's change the
Uh-huh.
rules.
Let's mess it
Yeah,
up for
but
you.
so it feels to me like it matches the memory maker rules at Disney
Mhm.
World more closely, and that allows you to still get your photos up to 45 days after your cruise,
I
which is really nice.
Very nice. I don't like that high pressure. You have to make a decision right then and there. It's too many things to do on the last night of your cruise, first of all. And second of all, I want to think about it before I spend as much money as what those photos on Disney Cruise Line cost.
Hmm.
They are expensive.
Exactly. But it is possible now, so you can go home and then get your photos if you want. You don't have to cram it in on the other, list of 10 things to do on your disembarkation day.
Hmm.
So that's what's new in the last couple of days, right?
Yep. Oh, from this weekend.
Okay. And then we wanted to talk about what's coming up this week because there's some things closing and some things happening. What's first on that list?
Well, Skyliner is now closed. It closed up yesterday and it's going to be closed through the 31st. So it should reopen on Saturday of this week. So this is their yearly refurbishment.
Yeah, Skyliner closure. And I know that panics a lot of people that like to stay there or like to travel in January, but the dates are already out for 2027.
Hmm.
So if you're a Skyliner resort person and you happen to want to go in January, just check those dates because they're already out, and you can avoid the closure. They tried something different last year,
Yeah.
was it?
Yes.
Where they were trying to not do a whole closure for like a week or whatever it is, and so were trying to do maintenance like overnight or something like that,
Hmm.
and it didn't work. It was a mess, and they ended up having to close it, I think.
Yes.
So
I
they're
kind of
back.
hope, I mean, I don't want to put something out there that won't happen, but you know how they said the boat dock over at Wilderness Lodge was going to be closed
Hmm.
for longer than what and it actually opened up, I think, 3 days early. It would be very nice. And I think they have in the past reopened the Skyliner a little bit early. So um, it would be nice if they get done early, but I would go ahead and just expect for it to be closed through Saturday.
Hmm.
I was at the, oh, looky
Speaking
there.
of Wilderness Lodge, that
Yeah.
was that was a piece of um, news or things happening this week. They've been working on the dock,
Mm-hmm.
and the boat transportation wasn't ready. They're still working on the dock, but you can take the boat.
Correct. So
So that option is back. Which also it feels kind of like the Skyliner thing, which is if you're staying there, you would like to have all the transportation
oh yeah.
options. And
Yes.
so now at Wilderness Lodge, you do. You can ride the boat again.
Yay. That's good
What
news.
else? What else is
The,
coming this week?
this next one is super fun. The faces on Frozen Ever After on the animatronics there. Frozen Ever After is now closed and it's going under a refurbishment to fix their faces so that they aren't flat anymore.
Yeah, and all they've told us is it's closing in January, reopening in
Hmm.
February. We don't know
Yeah.
an exact date, but they are
No,
fixing their faces,
they are fixing
and
their faces.
they're gonna make them work like the ones. Is it Hong Kong?
Yes.
Hong Kong. So we we have seen videos of the Hong Kong faces for a long time, and it's like, wow, those are so much better. And now they're gonna be making that update at
Yeah.
Epcot, so that's nice.
Yes. Yeah. I am excited. Do you remember when it first opened and their faces would glitch a little bit and you ride it
Yeah,
and they'd look
in
all
fact,
wonky?
I swear, I think I have videos of Elsa especially
Uh
doing that.
huh.
And when Frozen Ever After goes down, my theory is that it's animatronic related almost always.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Those animatronics are cool, but they do come with their own set of issues.
They keep
Um,
upping their game on animatronics, but with that comes more issues, like more technology, more issues, and more ride closures. So maybe we scale it back a little just so we can keep the rides open.
yeah. Go back to what's it like on Pirates, like that those old animatronics or Tiki
Yep.
Room,
Yes, something.
original generation. Okay,
What
so
else?
final week for the what's left at Dino Land and Dinosaur.
Yes.
The
I,
end date is here.
I know people get sad when things go away, but I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm not sad about this personally. If you are sad about it, I feel for you. But on a personal level, I'm not sad.
You're not sad.
No, but I really am because I feel like Dinoland was really difficult for people to understand, like, how does it fit in?
Mhm.
And also Dinosaur was not my thing. I don't like that ride.
Yeah, you don't like the loud.
And jumping out at you.
Yeah, that
But
part's not
I
great.
Indiana Jones, though, yes,
Uh-huh.
please. Encanto ride, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes. I liked Dinoland, because the commitment to the theme, I thought was fantastic. I don't like you, I don't know exactly how it fit into the overall Animal Kingdom. It kinda stuck out a little bit. So, I agree with that, but I loved all the little details that you could find back in there. I like the kitschiness of it, so that part is kinda sad, but I'm so excited for what's coming next. I'm perfectly willing to let it all go. It can just be gone, be gone. So
Mhm.
February 2nd, so that's actually next, is that Monday? Yes, so next Monday, um, is the 1st, so February 2nd is Tuesday.
All right. Anything else coming up this week?
Nope, just lots of resort pool closures continue. Um,
Oh, yes, that is another thing.
yeah, so just keep that in mind. This is a February is a popular time of year, as we're going to talk about, for refurbishments. Excuse me, and that includes very frequently pools at resorts. So,
Yes, and I'm sure they're gambling on the fact that people swim less in the
mhm.
winter, so let's just go ahead and fix the pools now. All right, speaking of February, we wanted to talk about it because I think a lot of people are surprised at what it's like at Disney World because in your head you're like, "That seems like a good time to go." And maybe it will
Mhm.
be,
Yeah.
but you need to know what you're getting yourself into
Yes.
because maybe it's gonna be busier than you expect.
Yeah. So February kind of feels like it's a month that you can be split into two halves, where the first part of the month typically is kind of that amazing time. You've got usually decent weather during the day. Right now it's cold down there just like it is in most of the country, but it's a decent time for weather. The crowds aren't too bad because there aren't any major holidays in the first part of the month. Um, so aside from like international tourists, maybe it's not super bad. You hit mid-month for the crowds and it can get a little bit more intense.
For multiple reasons, and this is what's confusing to people because 'cause they're like, "What the heck is even happening? Is
Mhm.
Valentine's Day really that busy?" Well, no, Valentine's Day itself isn't the problem, but there's just a lot of other stuff.
Mhm.
And this year, that includes a youth soccer competition, President's Day, which is on the 16th, Mardi Gras. And the
Mhm.
reason Mardi Gras plays into this, for people wondering, is that people in New Orleans often will leave because they have time off of school and work for Mardi Gras, and they will go to Disney World to avoid the crowds coming to their town.
Mhm.
In addition, it's not listed on here, but it is the like a break for the people in the Northeast at the same time. So that plays into this like red period of time here. And then there's a Run Disney event
Yes, at the end of the
at the
month.
end.
So
At the end.
all of those things combined for that second half of the month, it is a big deal. So it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and we don't say this to scare you, but so that you're prepared. So if you happen to be going in
Mhm.
February or planning a trip next year in February, you need to at least know it's going to be busy so that you've got your plans lined up. Because planners still can go any time of the year, but
Mhm.
you just got to make sure your, lightning lanes are set, your dining reservations. Just don't assume it's going to be like unbusy because it's not.
Correct. Yeah.
What
Another
else?
thing,
Go ahead.
you go ahead.
I was going to say it's another month where we suggest checking the forecast before you go
Oh, yes.
because you want to make sure you know what the forecast is like so you know what you're packing. Are you packing coats? Are you packing shorts? Maybe both.
Mhm. Which I would definitely say shorts, pants, light jackets, things that you can put on and off easily. Take them with you into the park, throw it on when you're on a bus or inside of a restaurant, or you walk outside from a restaurant where it's warm and it's a little bit chillier than you thought. So I think those
Mm-hmm.
are all definitely good things. Rain is typically less this time of year, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. So you get a lot more sunny days as opposed to the summer where you're going to have a lot more common to have those daily rain showers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a bonus. I think that makes it really nice for things like the Festival of the Arts, which continues up through the first part of February, and for people who like to do run Disney things for the end of the month. So also it's a little bit less likely to be rainy for this coming up race than it is maybe for the ones in the end of April for Springtime Surprise.
As a person who will be there for that event, is the weather for this like make you more excited because it's probably not going to be like wine and dine heat?
Yeah, yes. Um, I am definitely excited to maybe run in a little bit warmer weather. So for
Cooler weather.
yes, coming from here to going down there,
Oh, warmer than where you are, but not as hot as wine and dine.
yes, yeah.
Hopefully.
So fingers crossed. It has rained before for Princess, and it has been cold before for Princess. So
Hmm.
I'm trying
Hmm.
to not look too far in advance, but I would not mind if anybody could use their magical powers to give me a nice 60 degrees for the whole weekend. I just wanted
Hmm.
60 degrees. I think that would be just about perfect.
We need a an Elsa for mild weather.
Yes. Yeah. Where's that cartoon Disney? Give me that.
So February is busy, usually has mild weather.
Mhm.
What else do we know about Oh, Festival of the Arts is going on. What else is going on in February?
There's little, like, I don't wanna say quirky things, but Mardi Gras, although it's not celebrated everywhere at Disney World, you will
Hmm.
see it celebrated over at Port Orleans French Quarter. It's kind of a unique experience where the cast members put together their own Mardi Gras parade, which is
Hmm.
adorable and something that if you are lucky enough to be staying over there during Mardi Gras, I would definitely ask at the front desk for the times and make sure you check it out because, like I said, it's unique. It's only there at Port Orleans French Quarter.
Yeah, and obviously the timing of Mardi Gras changes every year.
Mhm.
So February isn't always when Mardi Gras is, but this year it
Nope.
just happens to be, and it combines with a lot of other things. So February is going to be very, very busy, mild, but fun.
Yeah,
I I think if you're balancing like crowds and weather and stuff, and you're really into the weather side of it, you're still going to be very happy.
I would agree. I would agree. I
So.
think out of all the months, January and February are probably my most favorite times to visit. I don't mind
Hmm.
visiting any of the months, but if I just want to go and be able to enjoy the parks, because I like to do it with them when I'm not like sweating like a son of a gun. Like you said, as long as you are planning, it's pretty great, and I love it.
Hmm. Yeah, we don't want to scare you, but we do want to prepare you.
Yeah,
Hey, that rhymes.
it's,
That's gonna be the new tagline. We don't want to scare you, we just want to prepare
it
you.
sounds like what the weathermen say.
Yes. But we're just doing Disney World planning type stuff. So, all right, anything else for February that we think people should know?
I don't know. I mean, Groundhog's Day is pretty important, but other than that,
Hmm. It is your birthday in February, so perhaps everyone should wear a button.
yes,
We're
I'm
here
celebrating
celebrating Heather's birthday.
Heather's birthday. That would be fantastic. I wouldn't be
All
awkward at
right.
all.
Let's read some comments that have come in. Um, Jessica says, I'm in a camp where I feel like I need to attend an event to be able to sport the merchandise. And that's how I feel,
Hmm.
but not everybody feels that way. Um, I know that like they have magnets for annual pass holders, and some people are like, "Oh, get me a magnet." I'm like, "You're not an annual pass holder. I don't get it." But then I look like a jerk for saying that. Okay. Christine has a question that is multi-part, so I'm going to read it instead of showing it on the screen. General tips for a large multi-generational trip. We have kids 4 months to 17, parents and grandparents, and she also said we went to Mardi Gras President's Week in 2021, and it was crazy. I will never go again. So there's a real life example of
Mhm.
somebody that went, and it was very busy. But general tips for a large multi-generational tip: kids ages 4 months to 17, plus parents and grandparents. Okay, I can show that part on the screen, just not the other. Um, so we do have like group information, and
Mhm.
obviously you need to cater to the widest, demographic here. I do think Skyliner or monorail access often works well.
Mhm.
I don't know if all of the older people in your group are super mobile, but if they happen to need like a wheelchair or ECV or something like that for the trip, then them being able to roll as well as the strollers is super nice on the monorail or the Skyliner.
I think for groups where you have this wide age range too, splitting up by doing, if you've got the
Mhm.
older kids and some adults who want to do the thrill rides, let them go do that. And then other people who aren't so much into thrill rides or who wants to do shows or, something a little bit more calm, they can go do that. And then planning their meals as time to reconnect. I think that's a good idea.
Yes, I think that is excellent. Having to stay together can be a lot of
Hmm.
pressure with so many different interests and things. For dining, obviously you want something that everyone's going to kind of enjoy. A lot of times family style dining or fixed price meals at least can work really well for groups because everyone's paying the same amount. It's
Hmm.
easier if you have to split the check, if that's a thing for you. And usually fixed price meals are like buffets or family style, not always, but sometimes. And so that can kind of just let everybody get a little bit of whatever they want.
Hmm.
And that can be much easier than some of the more like specific type of restaurants.
Yes, but then for quick service, mobile ordering for a group,
Hmm.
it makes things so much easier. You can do it, one person is doing the whole order or split it up and a couple people are doing the orders. And that way you're not taking a group of people up to the cash register to try to order. That is chaos and one of my worst nightmares. So being able to do it on your phone, outside the restaurant, someplace calm, it makes that kind of thing logistically easier as well.
But just be mindful when you're mobile ordering that not everybody's probably gonna have the app and or not know how to mobile order. So you
Hmm.
may end up ordering for everyone as opposed to individual groups ordering for themselves. We've heard stories of this where, like, for instance, grandparents will get separated to do their own thing, and then they don't know how to do some things because they weren't actively in the planning process, or they don't have the app, or whatever the
Hmm.
situation is. Lightning lanes obviously are going to be another consideration. And as the planner, Christine, you may end up having to do all of this kind of stuff for your group, which can be difficult. I would recommend something like Weight Magic and or Standby Skipper because Weight Magic allows up to 20 people, I think, and a Standby Skipper is like 10 or 12. So they can really be like one fee for a big group, and that can be really worth it to search for lightning lanes so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are some tips. We do have an article on the website for if you're doing large group travel with more tips. So you might want to check that out as well. We have one question from Amy. Lightning lane question: three families going. We want to do lightning lanes together, but each pays separately. Can each family purchase but not select lightning lanes at 6 a.m. and then have one person go back in and make all the lightning lanes? 12 people total is what she said here. Um, I would suggest uh, everybody buying Disney gift cards, perhaps. The way that you have proposed it, I think, is going to not work super well because you really have to have speed. You need to
Hmm.
select your lightning lanes and check out so that you have them. I would suggest everyone get Disney gift cards because you can pay with Disney gift cards with your lightning lanes, or one person buys them all and then everybody else Venmos you or something,
Yeah. So
something
you're
like
saying with the
that.
gift cards, what you're saying is people buy a gift card and give it to the one person
Mm-hmm.
who is going to
Mm-hmm.
be doing it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then use that gift card to pay, but I wouldn't do the purchase but not select and have like I don't think that's not going to work
Especially
because you're
with,
purchasing it as you're selecting.
yes. And if it were like two people that might work a little bit better because it's not as difficult to try to get lightning lanes for 2 people for times that overlap, but when you start talking about, 6, 8, and you've got 12, it becomes even more difficult to find those pockets of time where if you can't have identical return times, times that overlap, and then overlap for 3 different attractions. So, if at all possible, I agree with Shannon, you should definitely try to figure out a way where you can combine it, like Venmo somebody, gift cards, whatever, so that one person is doing it and save yourself some heartache and headaches trying to do it all.
I have a video on YouTube that is called something like "Watch Me Book Lightning Lanes," and this should give you a good sense of what the screens look like because I'm gonna guess this question comes from someone who learned Genie Plus, because
Mhm,
Genie Plus, you would buy it for the day, just buy it, and then you would go and book your lightning lanes,
mhm.
throughout the day. But with the new system, the current system, it requires you to choose and buy all at the same time. And so if you want to see what those screens like before it's your lightning lane booking day, I would head to the YouTube channel and watch that video so you're prepared for that.
Yeah, because you don't even check out until you've selected your attraction. So you're not forced
Mm-mm.
to buy it if there's nothing available, for example. So
Mhm.
you get to
Mhm.
see your options that are available before you hit that buy now button.
Yes, 100%. But I know with big groups, there's so much to
Mhm.
consider. So, and that was kind of we had a couple different questions related to that today. So, good questions. I think that is it for today, and we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe Disney will announce something, and we'll get to talk about it.
Oh, that'd be fun. See ya.
All right.